Spaghettification. A delicious term for something that's really gross. All right, let's talk about COVID-19 just very briefly. We've been talking a lot about it. And now I want a waffle. Who doesn't want a waffle, really? White House official recovers from severe COVID-19, friend says. Well, that's good. You know, we don't want a White House official to be suffering, needlessly. Let's read on. I'm sure this is a totally normal account, about how COVID-19 ain't no thing. Let's read on. A White House official who fell ill with COVID-19 in September is recovering after 3 months in the hospital, though he lost his right foot and lower leg in his battle against the virus, according to a friend. Yeah, it's the same as the flu, guys. It's same as it's basically a common cold. He lost his fucking foot and lower leg. He lost most of his leg because he got COVID-19. Like, already this headline does not in any way do the story justice, and we're less than a sentence into it. All right, let's keep going. Craig Bailey, the director of the White House Security Office, which I don't know about you, but this sounds like a pretty important position. Was the most severely ill among dozens of COVID-19 cases known to be connected to the White House. Bailey's family asked the White House not to publicize his condition, and President Donald Trump has never publicly acknowledged his illness. I'm sure because of the request. I'm sure it had nothing to do with Donald Trump not giving a single shit about this man's condition. Bailey's friends have raised more than $30,000 for his rehabilitation through a GoFundMe account, because apparently if you work in the White House, apparently your health care isn't enough to cover your full rehabilitation costs if you lose a leg. Like, oh good, they've at the very least reached their goal. Holy shit. So the White House declined to say whether Trump has contributed to this effort. Imagine serving as this president's chief, director of the White House Security Office. You're responsible for this man's safety, and your president doesn't even give two shits. He's supposedly a billionaire, and he's letting you run a GoFundMe despite losing your leg because of his stupid-ass policies. Creed beat COVID-19, but it came at a significant cost. His big toe on his left foot, as well as his right foot and lower leg, had to be amputated. Don McRoby, who organized the GoFundMe for Bailey, wrote December 7th. He lost his left toe. He lost the big toe on his left foot, too. Jeez. Wait, I'm a Biden supporter? I was a Biden supporter. Now that Biden won, we're off. Baby, I'm a leftist. The alliance was only to get him into office. Now we berate him, okay? It's the whole purpose of the vote Biden, despite being a lefty argument. Bailey is now at a rehabilitation center and will be fitted for a prosthetic leg in the months to come, she wrote. His family has staggering medical bills from a hospital stay of 2+ months and still counting in the ICU on a long road ahead to rehab before he can go home. Imagine how insane it is that we live in a society where someone who works for the fucking White House can't afford the medical bills of getting COVID-19. Do you think what about someone who doesn't work in the White House? What if you're just some Joe Schmo who had to have your leg amputated? You vote based off of policies, my dude. Let's see. Try and push Biden to the left. Yes, that's going to be quite hard. Still better than yeah, you have a lot less space to cover when it's Biden going to the left versus Trump going to the left. So uh, like you work in the fucking like the capital, the seat of power in this country, and you can't even afford your medical bills. This is wild. When he does make it home, there will be major changes necessary to deal with his new and permanent disability. Absolutely. Two people familiar with Bailey's situation confirmed that McRoby is a friend. They asked not to be identified because Bailey's family has tried to keep his illness private. McRoby did not respond to messages, and White House spokespeople declined to comment. Efforts to reach Bailey and multiple members of his family by phone, email, and social media have been unsuccessful. After this story was published, McRoby updated the GoFundMe page to advise Bailey's friends to ignore messages from journalists. Per Creed's wishes, please let the media tell their story without your input, she wrote. Guys, imagine drinking the Kool-Aid so deeply that, like, you don't even want to tell your story on social media despite needing to turn to a GoFundMe in order to cover your medical bills. Absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. Tavino's RPXB1. I'd love to hear your position as well. Um, Excuse me. After this story, you can call in if you'd like. We can talk about it. Let's see. Bailey's office handles credentialing for access to the White House complex and works closely with the U.S. Secret Service on security measures. Bailey was known on the compound as a strong Trump supporter. So he supported his president so much that he doesn't even want to talk about having gotten COVID so severely that he lost his leg. That's wild. The president has repeatedly minimized the risk from COVID-19 since the beginning of the pandemic, both before and after he was hospitalized with the disease on October 2nd through the 5th. Doctors are still learning about the extent to which the coronavirus can damage the body, but loss of blood flow is one possible consequence. The virus is known to attack the vascular system and can cause deadly blood clots. When she created the GoFundMe account, McRoby wrote that Creed will not be happy I've done this, as he is a proud man who is the first to help everyone else, but would never ask for help himself. He is blown away by your generosity, she said to donors. His house will need to be renovated to accommodate his disability, ramps to get in and out of the house, bathroom shower will need to be modified, handrails will need to be installed, etc., etc., she wrote. He'll also need a new vehicle that can accommodate a wheelchair and that can be modified so the gas pedal can be operated with Bailey's left leg, she wrote. We could go on and on, but you get the picture. There are a lot of adjustments ahead. I mean, I'm glad that they're so, like, chipper about this, I guess. This is... I don't know how you get to be in this mindset where you're just, like, so dedicated to your president that you're willing to lose your leg and, like, still not want to talk about having been infected with this deadly pandemic disease that caused you to lose your leg, you know?